Also warming up over in the pole vault, Mason Schaefer, senior out of Harmony. Mason comes in with a PR of 3 meters 9, where he took third at last year's regional meet. This is Jeremiah Rice, CJ Miller, Elijah Augustin, Tyrus Giscombe, Misa Johnson, Roderick Davenport, Barkey Hillberry, and Melvin Simmons. And our winner, Tyrus Giscombe of Each One Teach One, in at 9.40. Melvin Simmons, the third of Blazing Glory. He blazed to a 10:51. Elijah Augustin in at 10:78. Again, all results can be found at live.halfmiletiming.com. Speaking of what can be found where, let's not have track spikes found on the gray hard surface. Remember when you're going to check in that your spikes are in hand, not on feet. Athletes, please help us with this. Make sure to keep your spikes off of the gray hard surface here in this Alachua County Sports Center. Also, all warm-ups are to be done outside. We're doing a very good job of keeping athletes off of the track. Grayson Dwyer, Darnell Poole, King Williams, Eli Lane, Honor Weekly, Zaire Hammonds, Kano Heaton, and Edric Hamilton. With Honor Weekly running unattached. He honored us with a first place showing, running 9.88 seconds to take heat number 2 of the boys' 7-year-old. And we need all 11 and 12-year-old boys and girls to report in for the 60-meter dash. Boys and girls, 11 and 12-year-olds, please report in for the 60. And this is heat 1 of the girls' 8-year-olds. Lane 6, Kayla Flournori of the Tampa Express over Alexa Bradley of Fastlane. Lenore in at 9:42, Bradley in at 9:68, taking heat one of the girls' 8-year-olds. And this is Olivia David, Riley Wright, Heaven Collier, Mariah Brown, Rhea Herron, and Jada Minifield. Oh, another close race between Collier and Brown. Heaven Collier of the Alabama Heat in at 9:97, Mariah Brown in at 10:02. Olivia David in at 10:41, Rhea Herron in at 11:01, Jada Minifield in at 11:28, and Riley Wright of Supreme Performance rounding out that heat in at 12:18. Families and coaches, track etiquette would indicate that we would like everyone to be able to have a clear view of the action on the track. Meaning, if you're standing along the railing, the folks behind you cannot see what's going on. So you're going to get tired of me saying this as well, but out of courtesy for those sitting in the stands behind you, we would ask that you back away from leaning up against the railing. And as I'm saying that, I see nobody moving, so you're going to get tired of me saying that. But again, out of courtesy of those behind you, everybody paid their entry to come in and watch this great track meet. We would ask that you would be courteous and realize that if you're standing on the railing, you're blocking the view of those behind you. So please, let's be one big track family today and be courteous to all those in attendance. Up next, the first heat of 8-year-old boys 60-meter dashers. Javian McNish in 1, Edward Bland in 2, Ontario Thomas in 3, Aiden Amaya in 4, Titan Lane in 5, Kariris Welsh in 6, and Tristan McLean in 7. And this is the final call for boys 11 and 12-year-old 60-meter dashers to report in. Final call, all competitors in the boys and girls 11 and 12-year-old 60 meters check in. And just a reminder, coaches, you are asked to not be within the oval of the track at any of the field events other than pole vault. Coaches, please exit the track. If you are in the long jump area, coaches, please exit the oval area. You're allowed to stand outside of the oval, but not within the oval. Thank you, coaches, for adhering to that. Please exit the oval area. Coaches, in the long jump. And again, we need coaches off of the track from outside of the oval. Please exit the track. We thank you, Coach. And another tight race in this 8-year-old 60 that looked like Aiden Amaya of Wesley Chapel Panthers rather, in at 9:53. Titan Lane of the Gainesville Striders in at 9:65. And we want to thank the Gainesville Striders for hosting this meet. They are the host club for this and most of the events here in this 2025 indoor season. Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Gainesville Striders, for hosting this event. And that's what makes our officials some of the best in the state. Our starter, Sydney Dennis, taking the time to spend a little extra time with that young man in lane 2 to make sure that his track season starts out in the right manner. Thank you, Sydney, for going above and beyond. This is heat 2 of the 8-year-old boys. Another close race. Lane 8 may have taken that. But Kyle Max, indeed, at 977 of Charger Elite. Caden Brown of Supreme Performance in second at 997. Frederick Newton Jr. of Fastlane Track Club in at 1004. And Carter Ivey in at 4th with 10.20 of the V12 Athletics. Results again are at live.halfmiletiming.com. Allen, Virgil, Barthol, Anderson, Prather, Allen, and Brian Bryce the second in this heat. Another tight one looked like Mr. Anderson out of lane 4 of the 813 Elite. Ethan Anderson in at 978. Micaiah Virgil in at 988 of Team Elam Elite. And Talon Allen in at 992. This is heat 1 of our girls' 9-year-olds. Ashley and Charles running well. Kiara Charles of Boca, looks like she took that first heat. And this is a final call. Boys 17 and 18-year-old triple jumpers report to the pit. Final call, boys 17 and 18-year-old triple jumpers, please report in. As our 9-year-old girls report to the start line right now for heat 2 of the 60. Sanders, Lynham, Penniman, Irons, Portier, Russell, and Smith. And that is Heaven Irons of the Boca Track Club, taking heat number 2. Irons in at 9:45, Russell in at 9:80. And here comes heat 3. Malaya Smith running well, but so did Sadie Penniman. Looks like she may have edged out in the tape. That was heat 3 of our 9-year-old young ladies. And it was Sadie Penniman of Intensity in at 9:47. A late charge overtaking Malaya Smith, running 9:70. Looks like lane 7 on that one. Ari Hearns of Each One Teach One. 9:35 over Janae Snell of Powerhouse in at 9:63. Ari Hearns of Each One Teach One, winning heat 4 of the 9-year-old girls 60. This is heat 1 of the boys' 9-year-olds. Looks like lane 4 is going to hold on. Seth Williamson of Speed Stars holding on for the win. .11 seconds for the 60-meter distance for Seth Williamson over Aiden Irving of V12 in at 9:34. Mark Alford of Vast in at 9:71. And up next, heat 2, the 9-year-old boys. Jones, Felipe, Kennedy, Blanchard, Maneo, Thames, and Williams. Jarvis Blanchard blazing through the finish line to take that section. Heat 2 of the boys 9-year-old and at 9:40. And again, for the 73rd time today and more to come, please, please, please keep your spikes off of the gray hard floor. If you're moving towards this clerking area to check in, please have your spikes in hand, not on feet. If you're exiting the track, make sure to walk on the black mats that are down and on the track, not on the gray hardwood. If you're exiting the track after running, and you're about to step onto the gray hardwood or hard flooring, please take your spikes off. And this is heat 3 of the 9-year-olds. Lane 7 running very well. Braylon Bolden running unattached. Lucas out of 4 was running well as well, but Bolden taking that heat in 9.29 seconds. And again, looks like we're doing a good job on staying off the railing, but I do want to announce that again, folks. Just remember, if you're standing on the railing, you are potentially blocking the view of those behind you. So we do ask that if you do stand against the rail, that you back off of the railing so those behind you have as clear a vision as you do of the action on the track. This girls 10-year-olds, heat 1. Another close one between Davidson and Williams. Maya Davidson of Speed Academy in at 8:71, taking heat 1 over Kalani Williams of the Tallahassee Zoom at 8:73. Ten-year-old girls, Sanaya Newton of Fast Lane. Lane 4 is obviously the fast lane as Ms. Newton takes that heat in 8.94 seconds over Carly Campbell of the Fort Lauderdale Track Club. Heat 3 of the 10-year-old young ladies. Another great race. Peyton Hardy, Fahasia Foja of Powerhouse taking that heat in 9.03. Corlin Ruin at 9:13. And this is a second call, 14 and 15-year-old 60-meter dash. Boys and girls report in. 14 and 15-year-old boys and girls 60-meter dash report in at this time. Heat 4 of the 10-year-olds. Looks like lane 8. Elijah Mitchell of the FloTrack Club. Well, the future is now for Miss Mitchell. 8.91 seconds to take Heat 4. And thank you to 98% of the folks for not leaning on the railing. Still got a couple of stragglers out there, potentially blocking the view of those behind them. But for the most part, they're doing a good job of that. It's the young men's turn at the 10-year-old 60. That was a close one. Tyson Willisey of DeLand taking it at 8:71 over Desario Tillman of Unleashed Potential. Tillman in at 8:84. Allen of the DeLand Lightning Bolt in at 8:97 to take third in that heat. Number 1 of 10-year-olds. That was Jeff David with a 2/100ths of a second victory over DeRoche. Jeff David of Phantom Athletics taking heat number 2 of the boys 10-year-olds. Looks like Florence holds on, overcoming a late charge from Jeremiah Scott. Christian Florence in at 8:93, Scott in at 9.07 seconds. That was heat 3 in the boys 10-year-old 60-meter dash. Up next, 11-year-old girls. Ooh, a great race in the middle of the track. Looks like Zion Pinellas may have held on for the win from Charger Elite. Let's see, and indeed she did at 8:78, just 5/100ths of a second over Naomi Bell Teza of the Vast Track and Field Club. So Pinellas taking heat 1 in the girls 11-year-old 60. Heat 2, lane 4, that is Anela Grace Self of Speed Stars, running 8.72 seconds. Gabriella Carson of High Performance taking the runner-up spot in that heat 2 of the 11-year-old girls 60. Close races across the board. That was Brielle Marriott in at 871 over Soraya Collier of Future Track Club in at 882. That might have been Samara Lewis out of lane 7. And it was at 9:32. You can see 4 of the 11-year-olds. That was Liam Jones taking heat number 1 of V12, boys 11-year-olds, 60. Up next, we have Caden Ingram of West Chase Cheetahs, Dakota Williams of Ballistic, Dakota Robinson of Supreme, Chaz Holt of Jackrabbit, Alfonso Smith of Charger Elite. Dakota Robinson of Supreme Performance, 8.28 seconds over Dakota Williams of Ballistic in at 8:82. And hopping his way to a 3rd place finish from the Jackrabbit Track Club in Georgia, Chaz Holt taking 3rd. Garrison Mills of lane 4 Track Club. In at 8.45 seconds. This is heat 4. It's like lane 5, Dacian Medley of V12 Athletics. In at 8:58, Marcellus Vines of Powerhouse in at 8:67, and Israel Burnett of lane 4 running out of lane 3, taking 3rd place, running 9.01 seconds. That was heat 1 of our 12-year-old girls in the 60, with Kalea Williams running unattached. taking a victory in Heat 1 at 8.28 seconds. Renila Johnson in at 8:39. Looks like Soraya Williamson, Seth's older sister, taking heat number 2 in at 8.72 seconds over Elizabeth Fayer of Fort Lauderdale's track club, and Gabby Thomas taking third. Up next, heat 3 in the girls' 12-year-old. Jada Simpson of Future Track Club in at 8:87, just a scant 5/100ths of a second over Kaylin Lozano of the Miami Elite Track Club in at 8:92 to take a runner-up. That was heat 3 of the girls' 12-year-old 60. Perhaps Glory Fulton took all the glory in that heat out of lane 4, and indeed she did. 8.83 seconds over Jalea Berryhill of DeLand Lightning Bolt. Damari Thompson takes third in at 8.93 seconds. And Mr. Sidney Dennis and Anthony Somerville doing a great job of keeping these heats moving swiftly, as heat 1 of the boys' 12-year-olds up next. And this is a first call, 15 and 16-year-old boys and girls in the 60, as Quirin Coley makes the final appearance in that lane 3 first place. 8.03 seconds. Benji Watts in at 8:25. Jeff Blanchard in at 8:37. Again, 15 and 16-year-old boys and girls 60-meter dash, please report in. 12-year-old boys, heat 2. Another close race. And we need 17 and 18-year-old women's triple jumpers. Please report in. 17, 18-year-old girls triple jumpers, please report in. As Adewumne reports in for a victory in that heat of the boys 60. Up next, heat 1 of the girls 13-year-old 60-meter dash. And this is heat 1 of the girls 13-year-old 60. Looks like Michaela McCoy of Down South Extreme checking in for a victory in that first heat. Also, we need 9 through 12-year-old boys to check in for the shot put. Boys 9, 10, 11, and 12-year-olds check in at the shot put venue. Folks, another reminder, please do not lean on the railing as you may impede the view of those behind you. You're leaning now, but you may be sitting in the stands later and somebody's leaning on the rails impeding your view. So guys and ladies, please do not lean on the railing as to not block the view of those standing behind you. I see a lot of folks leaning right now. Walker of Assassins Elite and an 8 flat to take heat 2. Lane 5, that is Javiah Cohen of Tallahassee Speed Elite, taking heat 3 in the 60-meter dash 13-year-old division. looked like Jermani Williams of Coastal Georgia in at 8.16 seconds. Boys 13-year-olds, Heat 1. Look like Jaden Mason of Speed Begins Orlando Track Club. As we have a new starter, Mr. Mac McCullough, on the gun. And that looks like George Mills in lane 4, running for lane 4 Track Club. That was Heat 2 of the 13-year-old boys 60. Mills blazes to an 8.05 second clocking over Keenan Jones of Charger Elite. And that appears to be Braylon Collins of Charger Elite. And appearances are correct. 791 for Mr. Collins. Antoine Ivy of Supreme Performance ended 827. That was Heat 3 of the 13-year-old boys. Up next, 14-year-old girls, Heat 1. Brooklyn Johnson running well out of lane 5. And this is a final call, 15 and 16-year-old 60-meter dash. Final call, 15 and 16-year-old 60-meter dash. And this is heat 4 of the 14-year-old girls. That was a close race between Thomas and Bartholet. Mariah Thomas of Speed Stars, Noelle Bartholet of Fast Lane. And that was Thomas in at 8:26, Bartholet in at 8:31. This is a last and final and last call, boys and girls, 15 and 16-year-old 60-meter dash. Final call, 15, 16-year-old boys and girls 60-meter dash. Heat 5 of the 14-year-old girls. That might have been lane 2, Keasia Collins of V12, and it was at 8:28. This is a call for all 17, 18-year-old boys and girls 60-meter dash to report in. First and second call, 17, 18-year-old boys and girls 60-meter report into the clerk. Ms. Collins takes that heat in 8.28 seconds over Chamberlain Reed's 8:45. Heat 1 of the boys, 14-year-olds. Aiden Elam of Team Elam in at 7.76 seconds over Andre Simmons, running unattached in at 7:87. Again, that was Heat 1 of the 14-year-old boys. looks like Rudolph Ingram of lane 4, West Chase Cheetahs. In at 7.78 seconds over Nathan Anthony of Supreme Performance. Heat 3 up next for 14-year-old 60-meter dash boys. Dorian Riles of Supreme Performance closing well and taking Heat 3 in 7.77 seconds. And again, athletes, as you are going to check in, please make sure you have your spikes in hand, not on feet. We want to keep spikes off of the gray hard surface. Heat 4 of the 14-year-old boys underway, and that looks like Artavian Walker of Coastal Georgia. One of the many teams coming from outside of the state of Florida. Artavian Walker and Trayshawn Grant, both of Coastal Georgia, taking first and second in that final heat of the boys 14-year-old 60. And up next is Heat 1 in the girls 15-16-year-old 60-meter dash. Looked like Alexi Valley of High Performance speeding to a victory perhaps in Heat 1. was Ariana Woolcock, a 5-star, taking that heat. 8.03 seconds. This is heat 5 of the girls' 15, 16-year-old 60-meter dash. That was Miss Williams, Sanaya Williams, running unattached, taking that heat in 7.89 seconds. Heat 6 is up next. right, this is heat 9 of the girls' 15 and 16-year-old 60-meter dash. And that was Zanaya Gooden taking that section. And that was Anaya Murchison of Sapphire Rough Riders. 8.02 seconds. Up next, the first heat in the boys' 15 and 16-year-old 60.